Today on the Dutch Miller Auto Show.
Okay, except so if we had stuck there, we'd have made $20, right? Okay, on the way out, it's like 5:45 a.m. We're rolling our luggage out, heading to the airport. I go past a roulette wheel there at the Wynn. It's wide open. The lady's just standing there, and she needs someone to speak to her.
You help her. Yeah, that's not storyline or anything like that. If you look at the Marvel universe and the way the entire thing works, it's the multiverse per se, it's more complex than DC's is.
I would agree with that, but I think that DC is more planted almost in reality more than Marvel. Whereas, minus Superman being
I was going to say, right?
His powers are enhanced by Earth's yellow sun, but Batman
and his parents flew him over here across the galaxy.
It's the Dutch Miller Auto Show. Entertaining West Virginia for over 15 years. With your host, Chris Miller and Wes Thompson. Recorded on location right here in Huntington, West Virginia.
We are back. I'm Chris Miller along with
Wes Thompson.
And we are doing the Dutch Miller Auto Show like we do every single month. And it's been an absolute blast to be able to do this for how long have we been doing this? Since 2000?
I've been hanging out with you for 9.5 years at this point.
Just 9.5 years.
That's all. You know, Chris, we're in a very interesting time right now. You know, we're looking at all these, we're looking at the inventory, we're looking at the cars. People, you're out there, you're thinking to yourself, guys, I've been going to a lot of dealerships. Not a lot of people have inventory. What's going on? Well, I think we have answers.
Well, there's a trick to it all, right? And a trick to it all is, in a time where you cannot get cars and there are no cars on dealers' inventory, the real trick is to listen and understand what you want and then order it and put the order in your name, and that will give you preferential build treatment from the manufacturer, which means that of all the cars that they're building, yours more than likely will get built first. There is some downsides if some of the manufacturer plants are not producing stuff like a 2500, crew cab diesel truck with a particular tow package. That might have to wait a little bit longer for. But in general, the plants that are up and producing, if you want something that they are producing and you put that order in your name, you will get preferential treatment through the manufacturer.
And Chris, something else too to be said about it right now. As far as bringing a trade-in to the table, I don't know, has there, in recent history, in the last decade, has there been a better time to bring a trade-in in? I mean, right now, the values that you're giving to customers that are coming in are just through the roof, man.
We have customers buying cars from us and trading in their vehicle from 2 years ago, and they're getting more for it now than what they paid for it.
That's real. That's a real number.
It's nuts. It's nuts. Now, it's not going to last forever, right? How long it lasts is going to be dependent upon how quickly they get back up to speed in providing chips to the provide inventory for dealers. But as of right now, used car values, pre-owned vehicle values, and trade-ins in particular are worth more now than they ever have been. And I've never seen anything like this. So if you ever wanted to get a brand new car and are willing to wait on it to be ordered from the manufacturer and have a vehicle you wanted to trade in, right now is absolutely positively the time to do it.
And I can tell you've been doing that because I was just over at the West End today. The pre-owned lot is full, man.
Yeah.
And you've got every type of vehicle somebody might want. I mean, if you want a third-row SUV, they've got it. You want a pickup, they've got it. You want an economy car, they've got it. I mean, you actually have an amazing selection of pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles right now.
Huge selection. We have anything and everything you could possibly want. And we are still selling a lot of cars. We don't have them on our lot per se, but we are pre-ordering and delivering them as they come in and selling a lot and taking in vehicles on trade because of it. We are moving a lot of inventory. It's just a very, very odd time, and people are having to wait to get their cars.
Well, these tough times are hitting everyone across the board. Dutch Miller probably just has the best umbrella.
Lucky enough too, right?
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So what else is going on? I mean, let's see. I was out in Vegas for a little bit.
How was that?
We missed you. Usually Chris and I are both there together. This year couldn't make it, so I had to go alone.
This is the Kia National Dealer Meeting.
Yes, I had to hold it down. I did quite well. I did. I tell you what I didn't do. I didn't overdo it.
You didn't overdo it.
I didn't overdo the gambling
anyway. I just
anyway.
don't believe that.
Well, I tell you, I don't gamble as much anymore. It used to be a thing where, you go out, you sit at the table, and you lose some money, and you think to yourself, you look at your wife and you're like, man, we just blew that in 20 minutes. Then you realize that would have been a pretty good dinner. You know what I mean? Or there, you could go shopping on that. That'd be something more fun to do. I'd rather have an experience or take something tangible. So we bet, my wife bet $20 in a slot machine and got a return on investment. But she really went up, like she won like $100 at one point. Then she lost it back down. So she left with like $60. I put $20 in, lost it all within like 30 seconds. I mean, it was just like max bet, done. And I was like, wow.
Basically, you guys turned $40 together into $60.
Okay, except, so if we had stuck there, we'd have made $20, right? Okay, on the way out, it's like 5:45 a.m., we're rolling our luggage out, heading to the airport. I go past a roulette wheel there at the Wynn. It's wide open. The lady's just standing there, and she needs someone to speak to her.
You helped her.
I go over, I'm like, hey, baby, I'm going to pay for our luggage because my bag was heavy. So I knew I was going to get dinged for the luggage charge. So I'm like, I'm going to make that money right now. I put 50 on black on the roulette, and I said, let it roll, and I lost. So I lost that 50. So we actually had a net loss of $30. But I'll tell you this, I'll take a net loss of $30. That's not a bad Vegas run. I was there 4 days.
Actually, you lost more. You made 20 and then you lost 50. It isn't that loss.
So yes, $30 net loss. Yeah.
And think about this though: they don't build those big, huge buildings and skyscrapers and restaurants and hotels in Las Vegas.
They don't build that on.
They don't do that paying out winners. So to leave down $30, I mean that's not a bad week at all, is it?
These hotels are ludicrous. Mel and I were walking down just one of the hallways in the Wynn. Like one of the where the conference centers are.
Yeah.
And I looked at Mel and I said, the construction of this hallway was more expensive than our entire house.
Oh,
just the hallway, just the trim, the carpet, the woodwork. This hallway, and by the way, this hallway is probably 100 yards, wouldn't you say? I mean, they're every bit of 75 yards.
So I don't drink, I don't gamble. Whenever I go to Vegas for dinner meetings or
I do all those for
like that.
Yes.
He's not telling. He's not lying.
I'm honest.
One of the things though that fascinates me is that they not only does each casino have its own like unique fragrance that they pump into the casino, but they also pump in a bunch of oxygen. So even somebody like me that isn't out partying and like that, I get a whiff of all this oxygen and I'm like,
it's just
you
so
want to
nice.
go watch a movie and then we'll go see a gig, and then go eat dinner. Like it's incredible the amount of oxygen they pump into these places. Is just.
You just made me think of something. That is one thing. Pro tip for Vegas. Before you blow a bunch of money at a roulette wheel or whatever, Keno, whatever you play sportsbook, head to one of the shows.
Oh, yes.
I'm telling you right now, Absinthe, Beatles Love, any of the Cirque du Soleil shows, they're just amazing entertainment.
Wes, I saw Carrot Top in Vegas, and he was fantastic.
Oh, dude, one of my favorite. Dude, I saw Carrot Top.
He was fantastic.
In Rock Hill, South Carolina, and he blew the doors off the place.
Yeah, and he's one of those people like, comedians like, oh, no, it's Carrot Top. That's not funny. Wrong. He's hysterical.
No.
He'll make you laugh the whole time.
Hey, by the way, that guy's tickets, the cheap ones are $90 a pop, and he's selling out the Luxor. The guy's obviously talented. You know what I mean?
Then there's that, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's got numbers.
So, by the way, all the month of October, Dutch Miller Automotive has something very, very exciting to announce, which is we are giving away a certain amount of money per vehicle retailed from all of our dealerships all throughout West Virginia to the children's hospitals at Hoops right here in Huntington, and then also the WVU Children's Hospital in Morgantown. Huge, huge, huge thing to do right here to help make sure that we are providing excellent level health care to children in our area so they do not have to leave the state for care. We're talking about the high level stuff too. We're not talking about somebody that might have, a cold or somebody that might have bronchitis or something like that. We're talking about the high level stuff that we do have a need for here in the state. And so what we want to do is want to make sure that everybody out there is paying attention. And if you can afford to give and you can help, it doesn't matter if it's $5 or $500. Both of these children's hospitals are in dire need of your help and assistance. It would be greatly appreciated.
Going to an amazing cause, and the contribution that Dutch Miller is ultimately going to be able to make is thousands upon thousands of dollars. That's just amazing. So glad to be a part of that. We are being told we have to take a break.
Well, we'll be right back with you.
You in need of a vehicle or service, but need a virtual process to protect you and your family during social distancing? Well, guess what? We got it at Dutch Miller Kia. We got online text and chat, over the phone applications, video walkarounds, and appointment-only vehicle delivery.
Right now, take advantage of 120-day payment deferral and 0% financing on most models.
Friends and family pricing for everyone, even Carol Baskin.
Good thing she drives a reliable vehicle from Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville.
Here at Dutch Miller Jeep in South Charleston, we continue to be the #1 Jeep dealer in the state of West Virginia. The reason? Friends and family pricing for everyone, which means you get the best deal right up front. Come in today and get more for your trade than ever before. The Jeep you're looking for not in stock? Then be sure to ask about ordering the brand new Jeep you want, the way you want it, faster.
During Jeep Adventure Days, get select Cherokee Latitude starting at just $229 a month.
Text or chat online now at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Fall is finally here, and there's 3 things I can't wait to do. Turn my AC off and finally save money on my power bill. I mean, seriously. Break out my flannels and sing 90s grunge tunes. Black hole sun. And get more for my trade and order the truck I want the way I want it and fast from Dutch Miller Ram of South Charleston.
During Ram Power Days, get select 1,500 4x4s starting at just $249 a month.
And we are back, and the question of the day, guys, is going to be Marvel Universe versus DC Universe. Which one's better?
There's not much of a comparison right now. So what is the question, which one has the better movies? Because it's plain as day that Marvel knocks the cover off the ball from DC when it comes to quality of movies and what they've been able to do.
I almost think in the world of pop culture, I think it's almost difficult for DC to compete with Marvel. I think Marvel's characters are a little more bubblegum on some level to DC, which is much darker. If you think about it, first of all, you're right. The Marvel movies absolutely destroy the vast majority of anything DC related, barring maybe the Christopher Nolan Batman films, which I thought were amazing.
Which were great.
Yeah, it was really good. But what I would say is, I think if you're comparing just Marvel Universe, take the movies just holistically, what it is, I mean, my gosh, DC holds Batman and Superman. I mean, isn't that #1 and #2?
Yeah,
Isn't that number one?
that's not storyline or anything like that. If you look at the Marvel Universe and the way the entire thing works, it's the multiverse per se, it's more complex than DC's is.
I would agree with that, but I think that DC is more planted almost in reality more than Marvel. Whereas, minus Superman being
Yeah, I was going to say, right?
His powers are enhanced by Earth's yellow sun, but Batman
And his parents flew him over here across the galaxy.
How about this? Like growing up, like when people said, "Look, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in this new Iron Man movie," before I ever saw the first trailer, I remember thinking to myself, "I don't care. I don't care about Iron Man. I don't care about Iron Man. I don't care about Captain America." I really didn't. I was kind of like, meh. And then
What'd you just say about America?
then I saw.
Wait a minute.
First of all, it's Chris Evans. He's a treasure. No, I saw the trailer for Iron Man and I was like, whoa, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
So then Iron Man blew my socks off. Yeah, Iron Man's amazing. And I remember telling you the first time we saw the Avengers, I remember seeing it and thinking to myself, man, I wondered how you're going to handle Captain America, who I think compared to the other characters is the most boring. They did a great job of making him interesting and like fun to watch. So,
man, I don't know if you remember this or not, but speaking of Las Vegas earlier on, when Avengers first came out, and I kid you not, when it first came out where you could actually rent it, Wes and I were at a Kia dealer meeting in Las Vegas, and we watched it. We weren't in the casino. We weren't gambling.
Wasn't having a
weren't anything
cocktail,
else. We
wasn't-
watched the Avengers like 3 times over the course of 2 days.
and by the way, we both had
And got room service.
We got room service, and it was like all the desserts. And they were like, "What desserts do you want?" We were like, "All of them." We're watching 3 hours of
Creme
Marvel.
brulee, cookies, blah. Like we literally.
Would you like a cocktail, sir? I'll take a chocolate milk.
Yeah. And then the waiter comes up to the room and he's like, "My little piggies, I've got all your food here for you." And like,
He comes in like, "Where are your wives?" At the house. Listen, we're just here for the Marvel movies.
and dessert.
And dessert.
Oh my God.
How's that creme brulee? I want to be able to crack the top of that, sir. Oh, so anyway,
I did get a double espresso though.
They were great. Those are nice. It was a double latte. But so I think you're right. Marvel, clear cut as far as the films go, and I do appreciate the argument for the complexity. Now, doesn't DC have some version of the? Don't they have their own version of the multiverse on some level? Brad Burke, do you know the answer to that?
They have the flip
book. The alternative universe.
Yes.
So you have Superman that's evil. And
Yeah. By the way, is that where everybody just has a goatee? Is that what they do? It's like, if you're evil, you just get a goatee?
Yes.
That's it?
Batman's mellow.
Right?
Batman's poor. He's not a rich philanthropist. He's like, well, here's my Batmobile. It's just a soapbox car, and he's got a lawnmower engine.
Drinking a bottle of malt liquor.
The Joker's just dead serious. Well, Batman, I robbed you. Seriously, I did. That's what happened. That's a bad joke.
What we need to do is we need to get a real comic book aficionado to consult with and let them explain the
We
difference.
know a couple.
We do.
By the way, that are very involved, prominent business people in the community that I think would blow your socks off if they came on here and revealed, I can tell you.
I don't know where they have the time to know all this stuff. And my gosh, they do.
Unbelievable.
Okay, guys, what do you say we take a quick break and bring on Brad Burke?
Great.
I like Brad Bird.
Great idea.
He'll come on and talk about good stuff for children. That's good.
It's good.
Chris, there's one question I'm asked all the time. It's where do you guys come up with these commercial ideas?
Well, Wes, it's really simple. We just throw darts at a random idea dartboard.
Get a brand new Sorrento for just $259 a month. And don't forget, all new Kias come with Dutch Miller's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Here at Dutch Miller Jeep in South Charleston, we continue to be the #1 Jeep dealer in the state of West Virginia. The reason? Friends and family pricing for everyone, which means you get the best deal right up front. Come in today and get more for your trade than ever before. The Jeep you're looking for not in stock? Then be sure to ask about ordering the brand new Jeep you want, the way you want it, faster.
During Jeep Adventure Days, get select Cherokee Latitude starting at just $229 a month.
Text or chat online now at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Good thing she drives a reliable vehicle from Dutch Miller Kia in South Charleston.
Fall is finally here, and there's 3 things I can't wait to do. Turn my AC off and finally save money on my power bill. I mean, seriously. Break out my flannels and sing 90s grunge tunes. Like old times. And get more for my trade and order the truck I want the way I want it and fast from Dutch Miller Ram of South Charleston.
During Ram Power Days, get select 1,500 4x4s starting at just $249 a month.
So, guys, I've got somebody very, very near and dear to my heart. One of my great friends, Brad Burke, sitting with me. And Brad is with fundraising for the Hoops Children's Hospital right here in Huntington, West Virginia. Brad is a pillar to our community and does more and is more involved than most other people that I know. Brad, you want to take some time and explain to everybody out there what the Hoops Hospital does?
Sure. So, Cabell Huntington Hospital and Marshall Pediatrics for years have treated children in this community. And about 10 years ago, we said, why don't we take what we have in this community and turn it into a children's hospital? And so we set about that, and we took the whole 5th floor of Cabell Huntington Hospital, gutted it down to the studs, and built a state-of-the-art children's hospital on the 5th floor that has just blossomed into this wonderful center for Central Appalachia for people to be able to bring their children and get the kinds of services that they need if they need plastic surgery or just any kind of specialty you can imagine. As we built it, we've been able to attract great physicians that are specialists to come into the community, and to be able to watch that grow has been fascinating, and to be able to hear the stories of families who've been able to get their care here instead of having to travel 3 or 4 hours to go to Nationwide or go to WVU to be able to get their specialty care here. Now, that being said, is we have a wonderful relationship with our friends at WVU, and I think the fundraiser that you're doing for this is so fantastic because we get to partner with some of our friends up there, and WVU is building a 10-story children's hospital that I just took a tour of it. It is amazing. Now it's still in studs. They're starting to put up sheetrock. The wiring's in there if you go tour it right now. But in a couple of months, that place is going to be finished, and it is going to be amazing. It is going to be a real crown in the jewel of West Virginia to be able to have kind of a 1-2 punch of childcare. You can be in Huntington, and if you need care that goes beyond what we can give you in Huntington, we'll send you to WVU. And to be able to provide childcare like that, healthcare for anything, and it happens in West Virginia I'm so proud to be a part of it. I really appreciate what you all are doing to be a part of it. I love West Virginia, and this is the kind of stuff that makes me say WV's on the rise. It's so cool to be a part of it.
We really are.
Yeah.
Brad, I've got 3 kids. I've got a 14-year-old boy, I've got a 12-year-old boy, and then I've also got a little girl that's 8, almost 9 in November. And the fact that you guys provide such a fantastic system of care for children in the area means that my kids, if God forbid they do need some sort of advanced type of health care, have the location right down the street to be able to for me to be able to take them to get the absolute best care they possibly can. That's irreplaceable in my mind.
Your kids, my kids are almost the same age as that, and just to know that that's down the road, that I can, if my kid, God forbid, were ever to get cancer, they could get their treatment here, and I don't have to go all over the world, hotels, and spending the night. I mean, it's stressful enough. I mean, I've been there with these families. It's stressful enough to have to travel to get your care.
Insurance doesn't pay for travel as well. They don't pay for hotel room stays.
Those are the kinds of stresses on a family that just crack people, and I've seen it, and it hurts. And so to be able to have that here is so just amazing. And I just want to tell you, thanks. And that doesn't really even do it, because what you guys are doing, this month in October, where, every car you sell, you're giving money to the 2 children's hospitals. Every single car you sell, and that's across all the dealerships in the state. And that, you got a couple of dealerships.
We do.
Just a couple.
We got a few bunches.
Yeah, and multiply that by car sales, and the gift is going to be fantastic. It's going to touch kids' lives. And for the people that are out there listening, Chris is right. Every dollar that you guys give, that you give to help a kid, man, it goes right to helping those kids. The efficiency with which we are able to take that gift and get it right into the children's hospital is so smooth and so excellent. And so if you give, thank you, because you really are helping kids. And Chris, to you, your family, your dad, your brother, everybody involved with Dutch Miller, thank you. And, on behalf of WVU, Children's, and Hoops Children's, man, we appreciate it.
We're just lucky that you guys are there doing what you're doing on the front lines. It's just too important to have for our community. It really is.
This summer, he's back.
Come out to the dealership, get some great deals, have a few laughs.
Giving everyone the best deal right up front.
Do you really think you have a chance against our prices, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
For a limited time, get a 2021 Kia Sorento LX starting at just $259 a month.
Here at Dutch Miller Jeep in South Charleston, we continue to be the #1 Jeep dealer in the state of West Virginia. The reason? Friends and family pricing for everyone, which means you get the best deal right up front. Come in today and get more for your trade than ever before. The Jeep you're looking for not in stock? Then be sure to ask about ordering the brand new Jeep you want, the way you want it, faster.
During Jeep Adventure Days, get select Cherokee Latitude starting at just $229 a month.
Text or chat online now at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Good thing she drives a reliable vehicle from Dutch Miller Kia in South Charleston.
Fall is finally here, and there's three things I can't wait to do. Turn my AC off and finally save money on my power bill. I mean, seriously. Break out my flannels and sing 90s grunge tunes. Like old times. And get more for my trade and order the truck I want the way I want it and fast from Dutch Miller Ram of South Charleston.
During Ram Power Days, get select 1,500 4x4s starting at just $249 a month.
Somewhere in the tri-state, a madman has done the unthinkable. Who could possibly save us?
We're running out of time. What do we do?
All right, I've seen this in a movie before. We cut the blue wire.
There's no blue wire!
All right, fine. We'll cut the yellow wire. I'll count back from 3, then you cut, okay? 3, 2...
Wait a minute. Did I cut when you say 1, or did I cut it like 0?
What? 3, 2, 1...
That's intense, but car buying shouldn't be. That's why at Dutch Miller Kia, we offer friends and family pricing, which means you get the best deal right up front.